Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and I'm back today. It has been a minute. I'm back with some PaintGem mini sets to share with you. PaintGem is kind of the OG company for mini diamond painting sets, and I've been a long-time fan of their products, and it was kind of quiet from them for a minute. It felt like we weren't seeing a lot of new releases and restocks. But in the past couple of months, they have come out with some really cute new themes, and I've been trying to get some restocks back on track. So I have placed a couple of orders here over the past month or two and thought I would go ahead and share some of these new sets with you guys. I am easily the most excited about the Gamergirl edition and the Tiny Life edition. And the balcony and hot air balloon editions were actually just cute free shipping add-ons that I added because these released at different times. And I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for shipping. So I always add on a second set. We're going to take a look at all four of these. I will have them individually linked below. Depending on when this video goes up, they may or may not be in stock. They may have even done some more new releases that are really cute since then. They've got like 50 or more themes at this point. And if you do decide to go and order, I do have a discount code you can use for 10% off. It is WASHI10. WASHI10. It is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. That said, there's never any pressure for that kind of thing, but thank you so much if you do. Now, I also have worked on several PaintGem kits and sets over the years, including trying out some different ways of displaying and showing them completed. So check out the links in the description box of this video if you want to hear my thoughts on completed kits and showing you what they look like completed, as well as sharing with you some different suggestions for how you can display and store these. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with the Gamergirl edition because it is my favorite and life's too short to not start with like the most exciting thing. And then of course we'll get into the others and give them some love as well. Gamergirl edition. So yes, these all have editions. They all have the same really clean packaging, which I admit is one of the things that I thought was the coolest thing about them when I first discovered PaintGem. I love just sort of the sleek aesthetic of it and the fact that you could line these up on a shelf or something like that. And it's very, I don't know, it's like very great for the collector brain. This is also very travel friendly. More than once, I have gone ahead and just opened up this box and tucked in like a slightly bigger tray, more comfortable pen, putty, whatever, and thrown this in my carry-on bag. And I've diamond painted on a plane. With a couple of these sets before. So it's travel friendly. It's also very giftable and very beginner friendly, and also just a good, I need a break between big projects friendly. So lots of ways that you can make these mini sets work for you. On the back, it's going to show you what the different images in this one are going to be. It's pretty small. I'm going to get you a better look at it when we open these up. But yeah, very like 90s Gamergirl, it feels like to me. The sleeve will just slide right off, and then the box has some helpful info on it, like a QR code here you can scan. PaintGem, again, it's kind of almost like got that white Apple branding thing going on here. It's real fun. We have a toolkit here. Their toolkits are fine. I am honestly, like if you're introducing someone to the craft, they're fine. I am someone that if I'm actually going to diamond paint with these, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my slightly more upgraded tools, but I'll still show you, of course, what they do give you. You've got a basic pen and squishy. You've got a couple of different multi-placers, though these are the slightly wider set multi-placers. They're not my favorite, but if you just want to try out multi-placing, you can. We've got some clear, it's a clear caddy, but there's pink wax in here. It's pink heart wax. Just peel back the plastic film to load up your pen. And the caddy just helps stop it from, drying out, protects it, whatever. The tweezers, these are plastic tweezers. I have a really hard time getting good use out of these, honestly. And then we have a basic tray. So like I said, not to dunk on them because a basic toolkit is what a lot of companies do. But if I'm working on a kit, I want to do some upgrades. They do sell, and I've shared on my channel before, they have some upgraded accessories that you can get on their website. So I'll have those linked below in my review and stuff of those too, like a storage set. They have like an upgraded pen and stuff. So those are, options for you. We have drills. We'll take a closer look at these in just a little bit, but can I just say this color palette is so happy. I love this color palette. Also feels like maybe they've slightly updated, like the sticker just looks different from what I remember of the past ones. So maybe they're doing some little updates there. This is a set of pre-cut sticker labels, and looks like they've put these in DMC order in the past. Well, kind of roughly DMC order, not not perfectly. In the past, they've sometimes just kept them in the color family order, but this is kind of interesting. It's a little bit of a mix of both. I'm probably gonna just use this as a walking legend as opposed to taking the stickers off and putting them on the baggies, but you can do whatever works for you. All of your canvases are going to be in this envelope, which also will have, unless they've changed it, they have not, helpful information like tips and tricks and instructions and whatnot, including this QR code to kind of explain diamond painting to you. And this really is one of those things that, again, the presentation of it is really nice. And they were one of the first companies that was doing something like this. And I just find it to be very, very user friendly and designed to be really friendly and accessible for beginners to the craft. Now, as far as the actual diamond paintings themselves, they are not fancy. They're on a basic kind of stiff canvas material. It doesn't have a fancy border or anything to it, but this, in my opinion, makes it very frameable. I was just at my parents' house and my mom did the summery themed PaintGem set and had one of the PaintGem ones just in a basic frame, like one you can get from the dollar store, IKEA, Amazon, whatever, and it'll cover up the number, and just you can pick whatever color you want to sort of match the theme, and just a really simple frame can actually make this look really cute, and you can swap them out seasonally like my mom is doing. So yes, I'm not mad that it's very basic. I'm glad there's not stuff on here I have to worry about, like, branding or anything to cover up. The canvas has a little bit of glitter to it. I don't know if you can kind of see the light catching it there. It's a little bit of sparkle. This is a pretty thin plastic cover, and their glue, it's really sticky. I don't have problems with PaintGem glue at all, which is great if you're going to be displaying this where it might see some, dust or wear, I suppose. And then the symbol clarity on these is usually pretty good. They use mostly alphanumeric symbols. I personally do like when there's a little bit more variety, but for a mini set and for the price point on these, which I find to be really reasonable, I'm not really going to complain about it, I love this set. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Love all the pink and purple Gamergirl vibes. The power mug. That's so fun. Classic. I know they don't even use these anymore. That's why I was like, it's kind of 90s. You win. Oh my gosh. The like cat girl headphones. That's just like straight up a cutie gamer girl. Game girl. So yeah, I feel like if this is your jam, you probably already bought this. Let's be real. I could use a comfier chair for diamond painting, quite frankly. Handheld microphone for streamers, and then that's like what, a PlayStation controller, right? Touchpad and everything. That's what it looks like to me. This set is so flipping adorable. I really love this a lot. It's very tempting to go ahead and add this into my round of, I have like lots of whips going. I've turned into a multi-whip person. Man, I might just have to go ahead and add this to the mix. I haven't worked on a PaintGem set in a minute, and this would just be so much fun. This is just pure joy to look at the colors and the overall vibe of this one. And I've been like going back to my gamer roots too, so it would feel very apt, I suppose. So you've got this set of canvases. How many was this one in total? It can vary the number of canvases you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16. 16 in this one. It can vary. The price point on most of these is the same. Sometimes they'll run sales and stuff on their sets. Like ones that I don't know if they have overstock of or just trying to clear out more of. But I feel like the price point was like $30-ish, between $30 and $40 after you use a code. I feel like the value on these is really good for everything that you get. You're going to get a good amount of diamond painting time out of, and they're really versatile in terms of what you can use them for. And I just realized that I forgot to show you the drills for this one. So let's take a quick look at that. Sorry for the awkward cut, if there's an awkward cut. PaintGem only does square drill kits. They have not branched out into doing any round drill kits. So whatever PaintGem kit you get is going to have square drills. They are resin squares, and I have sometimes run into trash-prone colors, but nothing from what I remember, again, it's been a minute, super egregious. I am looking at the ones in the bags here, and I feel like these look very clean. I'm not seeing a bunch of trash drills with like bits sticking off the sides. I'm seeing a little bit, but not what I would consider outside the norm for resin squares. And square drills, because they sit flush up against each other on all sides, it really does matter what the quality is like. So if there's some that are too big, like bigger than the others, too big for the grid, or if they've got little bits sticking off the sides, they're not going to fit on the canvas. And so if you try to place them next to other squares, it's just going to pop. It's a huge headache if that's an issue with your square drills. But PaintGem, I just don't remember that being as significant of an issue. The way that they do their numbering system is, this is the DMC code here. The 32 is if you had the list of colors and they were, do they number it off? I don't think they do. No, they don't. This is 38, 37. This is if you numbered these, this would be like the 32nd color in the lineup. And then the 11.2 is going to be the amount of diamonds or the weight of diamonds. So that's how they do these. I have often run into static with PaintGem's drills. That is pretty common though to run. It's common to run into static if you've got resin drills and resealable bags like this. If you do find static to be a problem for your PaintGem experience, or any kit, any diamond painting kit really, dryer sheets are my best friend and will be your best friend. I will often pour these drills out straight into a big open dryer sheet, sift them around, then pour them into a storage container, or I guess even back into the baggie. You can cut up a dryer sheet into small squares and tuck those in there. That will tend to get rid of a lot of the static and save your sanity. So highly recommend making use of that for sure. Now, PaintGem doesn't do any special drills. And there was one point where I suggest like, oh, it'd be nice if PaintGem, considered adding ABs or something to the mix. And I had people being like, no, don't suggest things that would make their price point go up. And I'm like, well, that's fair. So, but just FYI, they don't tend to include special drills in their mini sets. So if you're wanting a little bit of extra sparkle, you're going to have to add it yourself. Anyway, let's take a look next at the Tiny Life Edition, which is the one I was next most excited to look at. It looks like this one. Yeah, so the other set had, 16? This one has 6, but they're going to be bigger images. So you're typically going to be placing roughly the same number of drills. It's just the size of the image and the number of canvases can differ. Now, I feel like I've seen a lot of these companies kind of rolling out this concept of these little room scenes, this kind of like isometric style. And because I'm familiar with PaintGem's quality and how they do things, I was really particularly interested to see how they would kind of take on this concept. So, yeah, I'm really curious to see. Now, I am going to skim past some of the features of these kits that we just talked about in the Gamergirl set. For example, the toolkit, you already saw that. It's going to be the same. Our color spread for this, I will give you a better look at in a little bit. By the way, 74. They have at least 74 different themed sets that have come out at this point, if you were interested in how many that's been. It looks like this one is going to have more colors, which given the images, that does make sense. There is a bit more variety to them, and they are bigger, so having more colors, yeah, makes sense. Tiny Life Edition Mini is 74. So they do try to label things like the drills, like the sticker sheets, that you can, if these end up getting mixed up and stored away from each other, you can match them back up easily. Oh yeah, look how big those are. How fun. Hold on. This is right side up? Okay. Same deal on the inside of this envelope, all of the different tips and tricks. I think I forgot to mention in the first kit that if you want some beginner videos, some how-tos and tutorials, I will have some basics down below, including a diamond painting 101, kind of how to diamond paint for beginners. Yeah, these are definitely bigger, like they take up way more space. It's most of the canvas on this one. It bothers me a little bit that this one is off center. That's something you will sometimes run into with their the PaintGem canvases, is that it's not perfectly cleanly cut sometimes. And I don't know if that's like a cost cutting situation, but for the set that I practice displaying in picture frames, because these are rough cut edges anyway, I just took a really sharp pair of scissors and I just trimmed it to be more even. These will fit in I want to say I put them in like a 5x7 frame. Yeah, it's 4 3/4 centimeters this way, and 4 3/4 inches by 6 and I don't know, it's like 7/10, almost 3/4 inches that way, and centimeters 12 by 15, no 17. 12 by 17. So if you're in the US and looking for frame options that'll work, this could be a little bit tricky. You could do a 5x7 and just have something like a mat in the background. Maybe you could trim it all the way to the edge and then do some kind of background to it. But yes, PaintGem, they're not always evenly cut. So you have to decide, honestly, if that's a deal breaker for you. It's not for me, but it does bother me a little bit. Not a deal breaker, but it bugs me. I love this one. I think this one is my favorite. This is going to definitely have a lot of confetti. There's a lot of color changes going on. This is like a little mini room, mini landscape scene. And it's really dang cute. I love these. These are really fun. This is living up to like my hopes and expectations with these. So you can see, like, if you're picturing the 16 Gamergirl canvases kind of is superimposed on this, it is going to be roughly the same amount of drills that you're getting to place in this set as the other one. It's just all within these canvases. So the Gamergirl canvases were the same size, but like the image just took up this little portion, like this much of it. But these are like full on images. These I feel like are some of the more complex and larger images I've seen PaintGem do, and I like them a lot. Color wise, I'm not going to pull all of these out just because there's not any special drills to look at. I just want to give you a kind of glimpse at what the color palette is. There's a fair amount of greens, but then I'm seeing some pretty like pinks, reds. There's some blues and purples in there and oranges. So it's kind of a rainbow of colors, but definitely more in the way of earth tones with some greens and browns in the mix here. It's going to be the same deal as far as the numbering system and the labeling system, just in case you were wondering. So that is a look at the, what do they call this one? Tiny Life Edition. I would love to see them do like a Tiny Life Edition 2.0. They've done that with some of their themes before. It's like they have a houseplants and a houseplants 2.0. They'll do that where they'll have more ideas that they want to do for a particular theme, and so you'll see them come out with like okay, and here's a 2.0. That Tiny Life one, I feel like there's a lot of potential for, honestly. So fingers crossed they might do more on that one. We've got 2 more sets to look at. We're going to take a look at the Balcony Edition first, which these are going to be bigger images too. This, they just straight up, their naming system is not always super consistent. So like, well, this, they gave names to the actual rooms. This, it's like they just went design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I don't know what their thought process is behind that, but lots of different balcony edition, balcony doors and settings. I have the doors edition and the windows edition, and this feels like a really natural extension of that. It's in my mind, just such a fun concept. Toolkit, you guys know all about that already. Colors, sticker sheet, and let's get a look at these canvases, of course. So good amount of colors in this one as well. Well, it's primarily alphanumeric. I do like that there's a little bit of variety in here. The reason that I always mention this is because if all of the symbols are on the canvas are letters and numbers, those don't tend to stand out from each other as much in my eye. But if there's other kinds of symbols in the mix, it's easier for me to pick those out and place that color, find that color. I don't miss as many, if that makes sense. But all letters and numbers, my eye just has a harder time like differentiating in terms of like them jumping out, and then it's easy to find and place drills. So is that right side up? Yes. Okay, so they do number these if you wanted to check and make sure you have all of your canvases. I love this little, like lots of florals, which sometimes makes me a little nervous. I can get a little burned out on florals. But in these kinds of smaller settings, they can be really cute to work on, especially seeing the variety that they come up with. That's more like, that's making me think of more like a castle. I wonder if they have specific regions and styles in mind with these different ones. Oh, that's fun. And it's fun to see them play with different shapes and themes. And even they're not afraid to have blank space in the middle. Like there's no glue and no drills that are going to go in here. So it's going to give it more texture and depth, which is, I think, kind of fun and unique. You can see that in this one too. Look at the shutters. That really pretty blue. We have 2 more here. So those are our last 2. It's like cafe. Oh, that's a really cute set. It has, for me, a little bit more in the way of like florals than I was expecting. I still really like this in concept, but I will have to be in the right mood to work on this one. The variety is really fun. This is one that I feel like could be really cute to display too, because it's more, I don't know if subtle is the right word, but it just feels more like serene and calm. So that could be really cute. But yes, this is the balcony edition. And then we've got our color spread for this one. Lots of greens, lots of browns. I always laugh because greens historically are not something that I love to work on, and that's just that goes with plants. But there's a nice variety of other colors in the mix too here, so maybe I'll be all right. Same square drills, same kind of situation going on here with how they do these. And that's the balcony edition. You really can see how the number of canvases you get, it varies wildly. But these images to me look slightly bigger than the Gamergirl ones and obviously smaller than the Tiny Life ones. So it really seems like PaintGem is trying to give you the right balance because the price point is the same on most of these if it's not on sale. So I appreciate how they're kind of trying to make it feel like the value is consistent across the board. All right, we've got one more set to look at. That is the Hot Air Balloon edition. And this one just looked so cute and happy. Can you imagine a cute little, how many times have I said cute in this video? I'm sorry. A gallery wall with just like a set of hot air balloons, like in a kid's bedroom, something really whimsical and sweet. Be adorable. 16 designs in this one, and they look smaller, kind of like the Gamergirl set. So that follows, in my opinion. Same thing going on here with the toolkit. And looks like a little bit fewer in the way of colors here. Hot Air Balloon Edition, Mini 65. And this envelope was a little smooshed. But we've got a bunch of canvases to look at here. Look at that happy rainbow right up front. Yeah, some of these definitely way more because there's more or less canvases in them. So these color palettes, this is going to be more up my alley. It's like you could just decide what pretty color palette are you in the mood to work on today. The printing on PaintGem's canvases tends to be pretty clear. I don't tend to run into blurry images, blurry symbols, I should say. We still got the same super sticky glue, thin plastic cover on these. Oh, that's really pretty as well. How are we going? We've got 16 of these. Okay, I'll kind of line them up here. Yeah, these are so happy. They're all basically the same shape, it seems like. It's just maybe a little wider sometimes, but then the colors vary. Oh, that one's cute, a little bit different. These are definitely the kinds of projects I could see myself. It's summer break right now as I'm recording this. I'm not sure when this video will go up, but sitting down with my kids to do some of these would be really cute. It's like a easy enough project to sit down and work on a bit in one sitting. Oh, that's a happy one to end on too. So yes, that is the Hot Air Balloon set. The color palette is, oh, I love the variety in this one, you guys. For a second, I thought that was a special, like a glittery special drill in the yellow. It's not. But yeah, a lot more rainbow kind of going on here. reds, pinks, oranges, lots of shades of blues and greens. There's purples, there's yellows, and then we do have some, grays and browns and whatnot in here. This kind of variety I feel like is going to keep me from getting bored or burnt out. Yeah, and that's really cute. So it is always just one big pack of diamonds for all of the canvases. I know some companies will do individual sets of drills, like one for each canvas, and PaintGem has never taken that approach. It's all in one. It's kind of assuming that you're going to be doing all these. But that is really, really, really dang adorable. Let me set this to the side, and then I just want to grab these 4 sets to kind of put in front of you one last time, and we can kind of wrap things up and decide what are our favorites of these. What's standing out the most? What are we liking the look of the most? I'll be right back. Okay, so of these 4 sets, definitely Gamergirl is my favorite. That is not a surprise. It hasn't changed from kind of what I thought before I looked at these. And Tiny Life is also super cute, but I like the color palette and hot air balloons more than I was expecting to. So I think all of these will really have a time and a place that I'll enjoy working on them. And Gamergirl is the one I'm most tempted to go ahead, and I'm about to start a new round of whips, so it's possible you'll even have seen by this point if I did decide to work on this one. But just to give you a really quick recap, these sets, I'll have each of them linked below, but if none of these themes are really your style, take a look at what else PaintGem has to offer. They've got, based on the numbering system on these, they've got at least 75 different themes now, and it really does kind of run the gamut. Now, to be fair, in recent months, they have been out of stock of a lot and have been working to get through, the customs delays that a lot of companies are dealing with to get stock back in and to have some new releases come out. So if you haven't checked in a while, they may have gotten, some updates and have better options now than they did the last time that you checked. So take a look there. They do have a Facebook group, which I see being, relatively active. And sometimes people ask and check in to see like updates on, upcoming new releases or restocks or something like that. So I'll have that linked below as well. I'm trying to think of any other resources I might be forgetting to mention rather. I know there's lots of folks in the YouTube space, my fabulous fellow creators that have unboxed different PaintGem sets. So while I'll have a bunch of the themes that I've unboxed below, if you're not seeing one there that you are wanting to see unboxed before buying, definitely check out some of my fellow creators to see if they've done it. So that's it. I'm going to let you go. Quick reminder that I have that 10% off discount code you're welcome to use, and I have an affiliate link below if you want to support me and my channel, but never any pressure. Thank you if you do, though. My discount code is WASHY10 for 10% off. But either way, I hope this video was helpful and fun, and you liked getting a look at some of these newer releases from PaintGem, which I did purchase, by the way. These were not sent to me. Just as I should mention that up front, I'm sorry. But yes, these are ones that I did purchase myself. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. If you want to see more diamond painting videos from me, please subscribe. I do unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies, weekly whip and chats, all that good stuff diamond painting related. And yes, I hope you're doing very, very well. Happy crafting, my friends, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, guys.